Thank you, Ms. Marbashas. Also, thank you, Dr. Wagan and Sir Joel A. Chavez.
Congratulations, graduates!
We are sure that your parents and guardians are so delighted with what you have achieved. You truly deserve a pat on your back.
True success never comes to someone who doesn't acknowledge the support of others. Consequently, it's crucial to reflect on and express heartfelt gratitude to all the significant people who have contributed to your current achievements.
Whether it's your mentors who guided you with wisdom, your colleagues who stood by you through challenges, or your family whose unwavering support fueled your journey, each person played a crucial role in shaping your success.
Acknowledging their impact not only honors their contributions, but also strengthens the bonds that sustain you on your continued path to greatness. At this point, let us be all ears to our Academic Excellence Awardees as they encapsulate everything college life has to offer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a very special part of the ceremony wherein words of gratitude will be expressed by the Academic Excellence Awardee under board programs. From the Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, let us welcome Mr. James Aldrin A. Anito. Let us give him a round of applause.
To our guest speaker, Honorable Alan Timonera, sir, the Board of Trustees, Mr. J. Chavez, Chairman, Engineer Simeon V. Chavez, the President, Ms. Marina A. Chavez, the Directress, Ms. Jan Chavez Arceo, Board Secretary and Vice President for Academic and External Affairs, to Trustee and Vice President for Administration, Mr. Joel A. Chavez, Human Resource Manager, Dean Dr. Elvira Pillanes and Dr. Emmeline C. Wagan, Registrar, BSIT Director, Program Heads and Coordinators, Faculty Members, Admin Staff, Parents and Guardians, Relatives and Friends, and fellow graduates. Good evening, and a warm welcome to each and every one of you in this momentous day of celebration and achievement. Kung para sa'yo, para sa'yo. Many of us had to give up things for various reasons. Perhaps due to financial constraints, limitations in abilities, life circumstances, and cultural barriers, and many others. But there were things that even when we've given up on them, they somehow found their way back to us. Like me, I've reached the point of giving up on my dreams, tired of hoping that there might still be a chance. Even though it seemed impossible, but I believe if it's meant for you, para sa'yo. Let me share a bit of my story from years ago. At one point, I had completely given up on the idea of pursuing a college degree. I felt hopeless and had no plans to continue my education. In 2019, I was working in the BPO industry. Although my salary wasn't quite high, it was enough for me. I could provide for my parents and also save a bit. I thought I was settled down, pero deep inside, parang may kulang. Am I earning enough? It's okay. It meets my needs, but am I truly happy? Perhaps, yet there is a lingering sense of something more. Deep down, there is another goal I yearn for, and that is to earn my degree. Every time I see other graduates, I can't help but feel a twinge of envy. Sana ako rin. Then came 2020, the year of the pandemic and lockdown. Like many others, my job was affected. I couldn't go to work. I lost my job because of not reporting physically. Truly, the pandemic shut many doors. It was one of the darkest days for my family and I. But it's often in the depths of darkness that we discover where true light resides. Ironically, this situation became my pathway back to education. How? Through online classes. I stayed at home with no job and nothing to do. So I thought, why not turn my so-called tambay days into something more productive? My mother enrolled me at SBCC without my knowledge. I thought she was just going to inquire. That made me nervous and excited at the same time. My first choice of majorship was mathematics, but I thought maybe I couldn't handle it anymore because I had stopped studying. Baka hindi ko na kaya. Then I chose English para medyo madali-dali. Little did I know that moving forward, I was completely wrong. Ang hirap pala ng English. Despite my nervousness, I was also excited because I saw hope. Finally, I was given another chance. I would have to start over again, but at least the opportunity was there. Baka this time, makakuha na rin ako ng diploma. In our batch in high school, I was the only one who didn't graduate. It's true that dark days aren't merely punishments. They often serve as a redirection toward the path meant for us. It's like God saying, you're not meant for that. You're meant for this. To cut the short story short, everything sailed smoothly through our online classes. First year, done. Second year, done. Fast forward to the third year of college, and the school transitioned to blended learning, online and face-to-face classes. Most of us were excited to finally meet professors and classmates in person, while some felt anxious for various reasons. As for me, I was concerned because of the additional expenses I needed to cover, from daily transportation to food. That's when I made the decision to apply for work again. The start of my third year in college marked the beginning of my journey as a working student. Work sa gabi, aral sa umaga. I struggled, I admit. I really struggled. During those times, papasok ako sa klase, 2 oras lang ang tulog. It was considered lucky if I could manage to get 4 hours of sleep in a day. My classmates already knew me as always lutang because I was always sleepy. There were times, due to blended learning modality, where some teachers still conducted online classes, that I would fall asleep while attending class at home. I would wake up only to find that the Google Meet session had already ended. During exams, I didn't have time to review. I would arrive at school 10 minutes before the exam. And that short period, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that was all the time I had to review. Third year has been challenging but manageable. It hasn't been easy, but I've managed to handle it. But fourth year was different. I believe this had been the most challenging, the toughest time of my college life. Being fourth year student was already demanding on its own. However, being a fourth year student and a working student at the same time is a completely different story. As we often hear, and I'm sure many can relate, estudyante sa umaga, call center sa agent sa gabi. Yet for me, it's a different twist now that I'm interning and teaching, making it call center agent sa gabi, teacher sa umaga. I recall a teacher from my cooperating school, also my professor at SVCC, teasingly asking if I had slept, to which I jest about knowing what sleep was. Tulog, sir, ano yun? I always reply. We often shared laughter, and he kindly reminded me to rest, which I appreciated. Sleep became a luxury I couldn't afford. My classmates often say, ano, kaya pa, James? Or, buti kinakaya mo. I managed to keep going, but truth be told, it's draining. It feels like burnout creeps in, especially with the simultaneous demands of theses, portfolio, narrative report, and action research. Each day demands crafting new lesson plans, mastering materials, and imparting concepts to my students. Balancing it all had become a puzzle I struggled to solve. Handling the pressure felt like walking a tightrope without a safety net, kaya sabi ko, makapasa lang, okay na. When the weight of exhaustion from work and the pressure of school become too much to bear, I find solace in my parents' support. Sometimes, I confide in them, expressing my weariness. My mother would always tell me, nabasa ka na, maligo ka na. Her words served as a constant reminder of why I embarked on this journey. It's my choice, my passion driving me forward. I've come this far, why give up now? Konti na lang, matatapos na. Let's always remember that these are our decisions, our aspirations. Despite the challenges, let's persevere and keep going. Another teacher from my cooperating school once shared, pag mahirap na, patapos na. It's true, difficulty often signals the final stretch. Alam ko pagod na tayong lahat, but we're almost there. Just a little more to go. I'm certain this isn't just my story. I am sure maraming nakaka-relate. So, why am I sharing this with you? As we approach the end of this journey, many have felt the urge to quit, to give up, to stop moving forward, yet here we are today. Some thought they wouldn't make it to graduation, struggling with their theses, lacking requirements, almost falling short on fees. But look, you're all here now. I do not have any quotes that I can share to you, but because I am not a quote enthusiast. But I always believe, just like what I mentioned in the first part, kung para sa'yo, para sa'yo. Kaya ka nandito ngayon despite the challenges, despite the hardships, the sacrifices, the tears, is because para sa'yo yan. For those of us who juggled studying and working just to make it through college and graduate, for those whose daily grind was fueled by coffee, let us cherish this victorious moment. To everyone who persevered, exerted effort, and reached this milestone, let us celebrate this monumental achievement together, kasi para sa inyo yan. I want to acknowledge each of you for the remarkable sacrifices, struggles, and tears you've endured to reach this momentous day. Our journey through college has been a test of resilience and determination. Today, as we stand on this stage, adorned with pride and anticipation, we are not just celebrating an academic achievement. We are honoring the culmination of years of hard work, determination, and the unwavering support of those around us. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to St. Vincent College of Cabuyao for providing affordable yet quality education. This institution has been a beacon of blessing for many, nurturing and shaping students to strive for excellence and make a positive impact to the world. May you continue to inspire and empower generations to come. To the administration and staff, your dedication behind the scenes has created a nurturing environment where we could thrive academically, socially, and personally. To our esteemed faculty and mentors, you have played a crucial role in fostering our academic, intellectual growth, and safeguarding our academic endeavors. Your dedication to teaching has ignited a lifelong passion and have equipped us to confront life's trials with resilience and wisdom. To personally thank the people behind this success, I would like to extend my deepest and heartfelt gratitude to our program coordinator and advisor, Sir Joey Hibeck. Your unwavering dedication as our advisor had been the compass guiding our journey. Your steadfast support, insightful guidance, and uplifting encouragement have profoundly shaped our growth. We are grateful for the privilege to flourish under your mentorship. To my cooperating teachers, Sir Cuneta and Sir Belgar, your extraordinary mentorship has molded me into the educator I am today. With patience, wisdom, and unwavering support, you've equipped me with the innovative teaching strategies and invaluable feedback. I carry your lessons with deep gratitude as I advance in my career. To my classmates, Angela, Christine, Ace, Camille, Erica, Eugene, Lorena, at Anthony, Alvin, CJ, Crisal, Joms, Kiana, Ken, Marielle, and Mia. Thank you for your continued support and assistance, especially in helping me pass through various challenges when I didn't have enough time. Your willingness to lend a hand and provide encouragement has meant a lot to me. Together, we've overcome obstacles and shared memorable moments that I will always cherish. You have shown me that college life is not about I, but about we. To Ate Roch and Jovelyn, I wanted to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for your unwavering support throughout this journey. Thank you for always being behind my back. My college life wouldn't have been bearable without you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there when I needed it most. To my parents, your guidance and encouragement have shaped me into the person I am today. Thank you for believing in me and for always being my pillars of strength. I love you both more than words can express. To the families and friends of all who are here today, your love and encouragement have been our rock-solid pillars of support. Your sacrifices and unwavering belief in us have paved the way for this journey. This celebration of achievement is not just ours, but also yours, for your support has played an integral role in our success. Lastly, to my fellow graduates, as we stand here, adorned in our caps and gowns, ready to embark on the next chapter of our lives, I want to take a moment to recognize each and every one of you for your incredible journey. Behind the smiles of today lie countless sacrifices, struggles, and tears that have shaped our path to this moment of achievement. Today, as we celebrate our success, let's reflect on our journey. Late nights of research, moments of doubt conquered by determination, and sacrifices made to achieve our goals. These experiences have shaped us into the resilient individuals we are today. As we move forward, let's carry the lessons learned and friendships forged. With courage and optimism, let's embrace challenges, knowing our strength and perseverance will guide us. Here's to the sacrifices made, the struggles overcome, and the tears shed, all in pursuit of a brighter future. Thank you once again to everyone who has been part of our journey. Today is not just a culmination, but a beginning filled with endless possibilities. And again, this is not a story of inspiration, but a testament that whatever is destined for you will be yours. Congratulations to the class of 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Anito, for that awesome and outstanding message. We are delighted with your words of gratitude.
Once again, from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, Mr. James Algin A. Anito. A round of applause, please.